Gangstalking. For many, the term itself might sound like something out of a spy thriller, almost too outlandish to be real. Yet for those who endure it, gangstalking is a terrifying and profoundly isolating reality. It's a covert campaign of psychological warfare, meticulously designed to dismantle a person's life from the inside out. This isn't about random acts of unkindness, it's a systematic, often invisible form of harassment perpetrated by a group of individuals. Their goal? To make you doubt your sanity, to make you question your perceptions, and to slowly, methodically, break your spirit. This silent torment can leave its victims feeling utterly alone. Their experience is often dismissed or disbelieved by those who cannot comprehend such calculated cruelty. It's a battle fought in the shadows, but its impact is devastatingly real. The tactics employed in gangstalking are as varied as they are relentless, creating an environment of perpetual unease and fear. Imagine living with constant intrusive surveillance, knowing your every move is potentially being watched, monitored, and judged. Picture subtle yet persistent harassment that follows you, synchronized actions by strangers, noise campaigns, smear campaigns designed to ruin your reputation and relationships, and digital stalking that invades your private spaces. There is often no overt, easily provable crime, making it incredibly difficult to seek help or find validation. This creates a torturous feeling of having no escape, no safe haven, not even in your own home. It's a daily, hourly chipping away at your sense of security, designed to wear you down until you feel completely exposed and vulnerable. This unrelenting psychological assault inevitably leads to profound emotional and mental erosion. The constant stress, the pervasive fear, and the state of hypervigilance become your unwelcome companions, day and night. Your nervous system is perpetually on high alert, anticipating the next act of harassment, the next subtle slight, the next coordinated effort to destabilize you. Trust, a fundamental pillar of human connection and societal functioning, shatters. You begin to question the motives of everyone around you, and the world can transform from a place of potential joy and connection into a landscape fraught with perceived threats. This isn't just about feeling stressed, it's about the deliberate, methodical dismantling of your inner peace, your stability, and your very perception of reality. It is this prolonged, inescapable, and deeply personal violation that carves the deepest wounds, leading to trauma that is both profound and long-lasting. This experience isn't something you can simply get over or move on from with a bit of willpower. The psychological harm inflicted by gangstalking is significant, an injury that reshapes how you view yourself, others, and the world at large. It's like living in a constant state of psychological siege, where your defenses are continuously tested and worn down. This sets the stage for understanding why such a horrific ordeal often culminates in complex post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. The invisible scars left by this experience are deep, and they demand acknowledgement, understanding, and a dedicated path toward healing. When you endure something as horrific and unrelenting as gangstalking, the aftershocks are bound to be severe. Complex post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is very often the natural human outcome of such prolonged and inescapable trauma. Let me be clear, developing PTSD is not a sign that you are weak, flawed, or crazy. Far from it. It is a courageous testament to what your mind and body have endured while trying to survive an unbearable, deeply abnormal situation. PTSD is a label, yes, but it's a label that helps us understand the profound depth of the injury inflicted. It gives a name to the invisible cage of symptoms that can keep you trapped long after the overt targeting has lessened or even ceased. Recognizing this is the very first step towards liberation. It's important to understand that PTSD differs significantly from what many people know as PTSD, which often arises from a single shocking traumatic event. PTSD, on the other hand, typically develops from exposure to chronic relational trauma situations where the victim is under the control of the perpetrators for an extended period and escape is difficult or impossible. Gangstalking fits this description perfectly. It's not one terrible incident, it's a sustained campaign of psychological abuse, manipulation, and intimidation, often lasting months or even years. This continuous exposure to threat and powerlessness is what makes the trauma complex, leading to more pervasive difficulties in areas like emotional regulation, self-perception, and relationships. Your brain literally rewires itself to stay in survival mode. The symptoms of PTSD stemming from gangstalking can permeate every aspect of your life, making daily functioning an immense struggle. You might experience debilitating hypervigilance, constantly scanning your environment for threats, unable to relax or feel safe. Emotional flashbacks can pull you back into the terror and despair of the harassment, as if it's happening all over again. Dissociation, a feeling of being detached from your body, your emotions, or reality itself, can become a coping mechanism that once protected you, but now isolates you. Many survivors also battle with a shattered self-perception, internalizing feelings of worthlessness, shame, or guilt, as if they were somehow responsible for the abuse they suffered. These are not character flaws, they are the painful echoes of sustained trauma. Let me say this again because it is so vital. PTSD is a normal human response to profoundly abnormal and inhumane treatment. It is not your fault. You did not ask for this, and you did not cause it. The fact that you are experiencing these symptoms means your mind and body have been pushed to their absolute limits in an attempt to survive an unimaginable ordeal. Understanding this fundamental truth is critical. It allows you to shift from self-blame or confusion towards self-compassion, which is the fertile ground where healing can finally begin to take root. Your reactions are a signal of profound injury, a testament to what you've been through, and a call for care and recovery. Living with the aftermath of gang stalking and the crushing weight of complex PTSD can feel like being trapped in an endless dark tunnel. The path ahead might seem daunting, perhaps even impossible at times. The trauma can cast such a long shadow that it's hard to imagine a life free from its grip. But I am here to tell you, with absolute conviction, that healing is possible. It's not about forgetting what happened or pretending it didn't scar you. Healing is about learning to integrate the experience, to lessen its power over your present life, and to build a future where you feel safe, whole, and empowered once more. There is always hope, even when it's just a faint glimmer in the overwhelming darkness. You deserve peace, and you have the strength within you to find it. This guide is designed to be a beacon for you on that journey. It's intended to serve as a comprehensive roadmap, offering insights, strategies, and practical tools for navigating the complex terrain of recovery from PTSD after gang stalking. We're not just talking about mere survival here. We are aiming for a life where you can genuinely thrive. Within these pages, we will explore a multitude of approaches, drawing from clinical expertise, holistic practices, and the lived experiences of those who have walked this path before you. The goal is to empower you with knowledge, to provide actionable steps you can take, and to remind you that you do not have to figure this all out on your own. Consider this a supportive companion as you move towards reclaiming your life. The journey to healing from such deeply embedded trauma requires a full-spectrum approach. This means we must address every facet of your being that has been impacted. It's not enough to just talk about the trauma in therapy, though that is a vital component. We must also consider how the trauma is stored in your body and explore somatic practices to release it. We will delve into strategies for emotional regulation, helping you manage overwhelming feelings and regain a sense of inner balance. And importantly, we will look at spiritual reconnection because trauma of this nature often shatters one's sense of meaning, purpose, and connection to something larger than oneself. True, lasting recovery embraces the whole person, mind, body, emotions, and spirit. Please know that the road to recovery is rarely a straight line. It is more like a spiral with moments of progress and sometimes steps back. It's a marathon, not a sprint, demanding patience, courage, and unwavering self-compassion. There will be good days and challenging days, but every single step you take forward, no matter how small it may seem, is a victory. Every new coping skill you learn, every moment you choose self-care over despair, is a testament to your resilience. This guide is here to support you as you work to reclaim your narrative, your peace of mind, and your inherent power. You are stronger than you think. You can rebuild your life piece by piece, and your future does not have to be defined by the pain of your past. Complex post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is born from prolonged, inescapable trauma. It is critically different from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, which can often stem from a single, shocking event. Gangstalking, by its very insidious nature, is a sustained assault, a relentless psychological siege. It is not a fleeting moment of terror that passes quickly. This continuous, grinding pressure is precisely what lays the groundwork for the deep wounds of PTSD. Think of it not as a short, sharp sprint of fear, but as enduring an exhausting marathon where the finish line is never in sight. Understanding this fundamental distinction is absolutely crucial for you to fully recognize and validate the depth of your experience and the harm inflicted. The complex in CPTSD refers directly to the multifaceted and layered nature of the trauma you have endured. Gangstalking is rarely just one type of abuse. It is a meticulously coordinated campaign. It often involves constant surveillance, persistent harassment, systematic sabotage of your work and relationships, and deliberate social isolation. This methodical dismantling of your life, your security, and your sanity creates deep, intricate wounds that are not simple to heal. The pervasive feeling of having no escape, no safe place to retreat, is a hallmark of this experience. This profound and sustained powerlessness is a key factor in the development of complex PTSD, as your very sense of reality may have been targeted and systematically undermined by those orchestrating the harassment. Unlike single-event PTSD, CPTSD profoundly alters the very core of your being and your perception of the world. It deeply impacts your self-perception, changing how you see yourself and your place in the world around you. It can severely reshape your ability to trust others, making it incredibly difficult to form and maintain healthy, supportive relationships. Your emotional regulation system, the internal thermostat for your feelings, can go haywire, leading to intense mood swings or a feeling of pervasive numbness. Your brain, in its incredible capacity to adapt, literally changes its wiring to help you survive the constant, unrelenting threat. These are not just fleeting feelings or temporary states, they are deep-seated changes that were necessary for survival then, but cause significant distress now. Recognizing CPTSD for what it is, represents the first powerful and essential step towards reclaiming your life. This is not about assigning a label for the sake of it. It is about gaining a true understanding of your internal landscape. Knowing what you are dealing with helps to demystify the often overwhelming and confusing array of symptoms you may be experiencing. It allows you to see with clarity that you are not broken, defective, or going crazy. Instead, you are experiencing a recognized and understandable human response to extreme, prolonged, and malicious stress. This knowledge can be incredibly validating and profoundly empowering for survivors, shifting the focus from debilitating self-blame towards a path of understanding, self-compassion, and ultimately healing. The harrowing aftermath of gangstalking often brings with it a veritable storm of complex PTSD symptoms. These are not just minor inconveniences that you can easily brush aside. They can be truly debilitating, affecting every corner of your life. Hypervigilance, for instance, is a common and utterly exhausting companion for many survivors. You might find yourself constantly on edge, your senses heightened, perpetually scanning your environment for any sign of threat, real or perceived. This is your nervous system, your body's alarm system, stuck in a state of overdrive, desperately trying to protect you from further harm. True relaxation can feel like an impossible luxury, even in environments that should feel safe, because the world no longer feels like a secure or predictable place after such profound betrayal. Emotional flashbacks are another painful and disorienting hallmark of complex PTSD. These are far more than just bad memories, they are intense, overwhelming emotional re-experiences of the trauma. You might suddenly feel the same acute terror, the crushing shame, or the profound despair that you felt during the gangstalking, as if it were happening all over again in the present moment. These potent flashbacks can be triggered by seemingly unrelated sights, sounds, smells, or even internal sensations. Alongside this, emotional regulation often becomes a daily, arduous battle. You might find yourself swinging wildly from intense anger to deep, inconsolable sadness, or you might feel a profound sense of emotional numbness, unable to connect with your feelings at all. The insidious nature of gangstalking means it directly attacks your fundamental sense of self and your ability to connect with others. Many survivors grapple with a profoundly negative self-view, their self-esteem eroded by the relentless psychological assault. Deep-seated feelings of worthlessness, pervasive shame, suffocating guilt, and persistent self-blame can take root, making you question your own value. You might even start to believe wrongly that you are inherently flawed or somehow deserve the horrific abuse you endured. Trust in others, and often even in your own judgment and perceptions, can be completely shattered. This makes forming and maintaining healthy, supportive relationships an incredibly difficult and painful endeavor, as the calculated cruelty was designed to isolate you. Dissociation, a state of detachment, often develops as a primal coping mechanism to survive experiences that are simply too unbearable to fully process. You might feel disconnected from your body, as if you are an observer watching yourself from a distance. or you might feel detached from your emotions, or find that reality itself feels fuzzy, distant, or unreal. While this psychological distancing might have helped you endure the trauma at the time, it can now act as a barrier to feeling fully alive and connected to yourself and the world. Furthermore, chronic anxiety and persistent depression frequently co-occur with complex PTSD, and the constant, unrelenting stress can also manifest in a host of physical symptoms, such as chronic fatigue, unexplained pain, or digestive issues. Developing complex PTSD is not a sign of weakness. It does not mean you are flawed or broken. Complex PTSD shows your incredible resilience and will to survive. Your mind and body endured something horrific. The symptoms are scars from that battle for survival. They are adaptive responses to help you cope. Your brain is wired for survival, adapting to chronic threats. These are not signs of personal failure, but indicators of a system pushed beyond its limits. Your reactions are normal given the circumstances. You are a survivor, and your responses tell a story of incredible strength. Reaching out for professional help is a powerful step towards healing. It's a profound act of self-care. Finding the right trauma-informed therapist is critical. They understand the impact of prolonged abuse like gangstalking. A trauma-informed professional creates a sanctuary of safety and understanding. The therapeutic bond can be incredibly healing. Therapy is more than just talking. It's a structured, purposeful process. It's about acquiring new coping skills and reprocessing traumatic memories. Therapy is an active investment in your well-being. Every session is a courageous step towards lasting freedom. Rewiring the brain key therapeutic approaches for CPTSD. EMDR helps process and integrate traumatic memories. It reduces the emotional charge of those memories. The goal is for the past to feel like the past. IFS therapy offers a unique way to understand your inner world. It views your psyche as made up of various parts. IFS helps you understand these parts with curiosity and kindness. It reconnects you with your core self, which is never truly damaged. This process restores a sense of wholeness and coherence. You move towards a life guided by your inner strength. Building a new foundation: cognitive tools and understanding trauma's impact. Trauma twists our thinking, leading to harsh self-criticism. CBT helps identify and challenge negative thought patterns. It replaces them with balanced, realistic perspectives. DBT provides skills to manage intense emotions. It teaches distress, tolerance, and mindfulness. Psychoeducation is fundamental to trauma recovery. Understanding trauma's impact can be liberating. These therapies help construct a new foundation for your life. You are actively working to reclaim your mind from trauma. The body's silent story: how trauma resides within. Trauma takes up residence deep within your body. Your body remembers the terror and holds on to chronic tension. The stress of gangstalking throws your nervous system out of whack. Your body's alarm system gets stuck in the on position. This leads to hypervigilance and inability to relax. Physical symptoms are your body's distress signals. These responses are not your fault. Your body did everything to help you survive. Healing involves teaching your body it is safe to let go. One of the most powerful approaches to help your body release this stored trauma is somatic experiencing, or SE. This brilliant method, developed by Dr. Peter Levine, works directly with what we call the felt sense, the physical sensations and experiences within your body. SE is grounded in the understanding that trauma symptoms often arise because the immense survival energy that was mobilized during the gangstalking, that intense urge to fight, flee, or freeze, couldn't be fully expressed or discharged at the time. It became trapped within your nervous system. Gangstalking, with its relentless nature and the feeling of having no escape, is a perfect breeding ground for this trapped energy. SE offers a gentle, careful way to help your body finally complete those biological responses and release that pent-up energy little by little without overwhelming you. So how does somatic experiencing actually work in practice? Your SE practitioner will skillfully guide you to become more aware of your internal landscape, the subtle physical sensations, the fleeting body memories, the almost imperceptible shifts happening within you. They will help you to track these sensations with curiosity and without judgment, allowing your body's own innate healing capacity to come to the forefront. It's not about forcing you to recount every horrific detail of the gang stalking. Instead, the focus is on noticing how your body is onto the residue of that story. You might become aware of a particular tightness in your chest, a slight tremor in your hands, a sudden feeling of warmth or coolness. By bringing mindful, supported attention to these sensations, your nervous system can begin to gently renegotiate the trauma and allow the stuck energy to discharge, often through very small, natural physical releases. Another remarkable body-based technique for releasing this deep-seated tension is TRE, which stands for Tension and Trauma Releasing Exercises. Developed by Dr. David Bersali, TRE is a series of simple, easy-to-learn exercises designed to gently stretch and slightly fatigue certain muscle groups in your body. This careful process can then evoke a natural therapeutic shaking or tremoring. This shaking, known as neurogenic tremors, is not something to be feared. It's an innate reflex, a brilliant way your body naturally discharges excess tension and helps to calm down your entire nervous system. You've probably seen animals in the wild shake vigorously after a stressful encounter to reset their systems. Humans possess this same incredible built-in healing mechanism, and TRE helps you access it safely and effectively. The great thing about TRE is its simplicity and the fact that, once you learn the exercises from a certified provider, it can become a powerful self-help tool that you can use whenever you feel the need. These therapeutic tremors help to release chronic tension that is held deep within the psoas muscle, a core muscle intricately involved in your body's fight-or-flight response, as well as in other areas that tend to store stress. Many people find that regular TRE practice leads to a significant reduction in anxiety, much improved sleep quality, less muscle pain and stiffness, and an overall increased sense of feeling grounded, calm, and more at ease within their own skin. It's as if your body is literally shaking off the accumulated weight of the gang-stalking trauma, allowing your nervous system to down-regulate and discover a new, more relaxed and resilient baseline. Yoga, particularly when it is approached from a trauma-sensitive perspective, can be an incredibly powerful and nurturing tool for somatic healing. It's not about contorting yourself into perfect pretzel shapes or pushing yourself to your limits. Instead, trauma-informed yoga encourages a gentle, mindful reconnection with your physical self, emphasizing present-moment awareness and self-compassion. Through mindful movement and carefully chosen postures, you can begin to safely explore the landscape of your physical sensations, gently release areas of stored tension, and cultivate a deeper, more compassionate body awareness. When you combine these gentle movements with conscious breath work, known as pranayama in yoga, the calming effects on your nervous system can be profound. Learning to consciously guide your breath, for example by making your exhales longer than your inhales, can directly activate your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's natural relaxation response, sending powerful signals of safety to your brain after the relentless hyperarousal of gangstalking. The horrific experience of gangstalking can leave you feeling profoundly unsafe, even alienated from your own body. Trauma-informed yoga, with its emphasis on choice and interoception, the awareness of inner body sensations, helps you to slowly and gently reclaim your body as a safe and trustworthy place. It's a practice that is less about achieving a certain pose, and more about listening intently to your body's subtle signals, respecting its boundaries, and honoring its needs in each moment. Every mindful movement you make, every conscious breath you take, helps to mend that fractured connection between your mind and your body. This practice can be instrumental in restoring a sense of agency, control, and ownership over your physical experience. Precious qualities that were systematically undermined and eroded by the perpetrators of gangstalking. It's about truly finding a sense of home within yourself once more. Therapeutic touch, when offered by a skilled and ethical practitioner in a completely safe and respectful environment, can also be incredibly beneficial for a nervous system ravaged by trauma. Professional massage therapy can help to release those stubborn knots of chronic muscle tension, improve your circulation, and invite a state of deep, restorative relaxation. It can provide much-needed relief from the persistent aches and pains that so often accompany PTSD. Craniosacral therapy is another wonderful, though often much gentler and more subtle form of bodywork. It focuses on the delicate, inherent rhythms of your cerebrospinal fluid, practitioners use an exceptionally light touch to identify and release subtle restrictions in the craniosacral system, which can have a deeply calming effect on your central nervous system, helping to reduce stress, alleviate pain, and gently ease the body out of chronic freeze states. Ultimately, all of these diverse somatic approaches share a vital common objective: to help you rebuild a sense of trust in your own body and its myriad sensations. After enduring the prolonged terror of gangstalking, your body might have felt like an enemy, a source of constant pain, unrelenting fear, or even a vessel of betrayal. Somatic healing practices gently guide you towards a new relationship with your physical self, one where you can begin to experience your body as an ally, a wellspring of innate wisdom, and a fundamentally safe and supportive place to reside. Learning to truly listen to its subtle communications, to honor its needs without judgment, and to gently release the stored burdens of past trauma is not just a significant step in your recovery, it is a profound and empowering act of self-reclamation and deep, compassionate self-love. When you've been through the relentless torment of gangstalking, the wounds go far deeper than just your mind and body. This kind of calculated cruelty strikes at the very core of your being, your spirit. It's designed to make you question everything you once held true. It can shatter your faith in the inherent goodness of people or even in any kind of benevolent force in the universe. You might feel utterly abandoned, not just by society but by something much larger. This insidious campaign aims to dim your inner light, to plunge you into a spiritual darkness where hope itself struggles to breathe. This is a profound violation of your most sacred inner self, and it needs to be acknowledged. The experience of gangstalking often rips away your sense of meaning and purpose in life. When your reality is systematically attacked and your life becomes a target, those big, overwhelming questions, why is this happening to me, and what is the point of anything, can consume you. The story of your life, the narrative that once made sense, can feel like it's been torn into a million pieces. Activities and passions that once brought you joy or a sense of fulfillment can suddenly seem hollow, empty, and utterly pointless. This isn't just a fleeting sadness, it's a deep, existential crisis, deliberately triggered by the malice you endured. Your very reason for waking up in the morning can feel like it's been stolen, leaving a painful, gaping void. This profound trauma also erodes your connections, your connection to your own true self, to other people, and to anything you might consider larger than yourself, be it God, the universe, nature, or humanity as a whole. Gangstalking is engineered to create extreme isolation. It systematically destroys trust, not just in individuals, but in the fabric of society. This devastating loss of trust often extends to a spiritual disconnection. If you once found comfort and solace in your faith, that faith may now be deeply shaken, perhaps even shattered. You might feel like an outcast, not just from your community but from the entire cosmic order, adrift and agonizingly alone in what feels like a hostile and uncaring universe. This spiritual isolation is a heavy, painful burden to carry. Please hear me on this. This spiritual damage, this feeling of profound disconnection and loss of meaning, is a completely natural consequence of the horrific betrayal and violation you have endured. It is not a sign of some personal spiritual failing or weakness on your part. When your world is turned upside down by such calculated, sustained evil, it is entirely understandable that your spiritual foundations would tremble and crack. Acknowledging this deep spiritual injury is every bit as important as addressing the psychological and physical wounds you've suffered. Your spirit has been battered, yes, but it has not been extinguished. Recognizing the depth of these spiritual wounds is the very first courageous step toward allowing them to heal and allowing your precious inner light to rekindle and shine once more. Section 2. Pathways to Inner Peace. Reclaiming your spiritual anchor. Now let's talk about how you can start to heal these deep spiritual wounds. Meditation and mindfulness are incredibly powerful tools, and they are so much more than just trendy relaxation techniques. For a mind that has been ravaged by the constant hypervigilance and suffocating chaos of gangstalking, these practices can be vital lifelines. They help you to re-anchor yourself firmly in the present moment. Meditation allows you to gently observe your racing, anxious thoughts without getting completely swept away by them. Mindfulness teaches you, with kindness and patience, to bring your attention back from the painful horrors of the past or the terrifying anxieties about the future. guiding you to the simple, tangible reality of right now. This is about reclaiming your precious mental space, one conscious breath at a time, and finding a calm, steady center amidst the storm. Think about how meditation can help to quiet that relentless inner turmoil that gangstalking leaves behind, the constant mental chatter, the intrusive replays of traumatic events, the fear-driven narratives that loop endlessly in your mind. These can feel utterly exhausting and overwhelming. Committing to a regular meditation practice, even for just a few minutes each day, can gradually create small, precious pockets of silence within you. In these moments of stillness, your true, authentic self can begin to emerge from beneath all that noise and fear. It's like learning how to gently turn down the volume on the trauma's persistent echo. This isn't about trying to suppress your thoughts or force your mind to become blank. Rather, it's about cultivating a new, healthier relationship with your thoughts, one where you are the calm observer, not the helpless captive. This practice nurtures a sense of inner control that gangstalking relentlessly tried to steal from you. Mindfulness isn't just something you do while sitting silently on a cushion with your eyes closed. It's a way of being that you can integrate into every part of your daily life. You can practice mindfulness while you're walking, eating your meals, listening to music, or even when you're doing everyday chores like washing dishes. It's simply about bringing a full, curious, and non-judgmental awareness to your present experience, whatever that may be. For survivors of gangstalking who often feel profoundly disconnected from their own bodies and their immediate surroundings, this can be a deeply healing way to gently and safely re-inhabit your life. Truly feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, savoring the taste of your food, noticing the sensation of your feet firmly on the ground. These simple acts of mindful attention can powerfully ground you and reaffirm your connection to the living, breathing world, moment by precious moment. Consider journaling not just as writing, but as a profound spiritual ritual. The act of transforming the chaotic, often unspeakable and horrifying experiences of gangstalking into written words on a page can be an incredibly powerful act of spiritual alchemy. Your journal can become a sacred private space, a trusted, non-judgmental confidant where you can pour out all your pain, your confusion, your righteous anger, and your deepest hopes without any fear of criticism or disbelief. It's a way to begin making sense of the senseless, to find patterns, insights, and even glimmers of meaning where only overwhelming chaos seemed to reign before. By externalizing your inner turmoil onto the page, you can gain valuable perspective, process difficult emotions at your own pace, and begin to consciously rewrite your personal narrative from one of helpless victimhood to one of undeniable strength, resilience, and ongoing healing. Section 3. Finding your sacred space, rebuilding faith and meaning. For many people, engaging with prayer, creating personal rituals, or connecting with a supportive sacred community can be profoundly healing. If you have an existing faith tradition, or if you feel open to exploring one, prayer can offer an incredible source of comfort, solace, and strength. It provides a dedicated space and time to connect with something you perceive as larger, wiser, and more compassionate than the human cruelty and betrayal you were forced to endure. Rituals, whether they are traditional religious ceremonies or deeply personal ones that you create for yourself, like lighting a candle each morning or spending quiet time in nature, can provide a vital sense of structure, continuity, and sacredness in a life that felt utterly destabilized and thrown into chaos. Finding a truly supportive and understanding spiritual community, if that path feels right and safe for you, can offer a powerful sense of belonging and shared hope, gently reminding you that you are not alone in your search for deeper meaning and connection. Gangstalking is designed to make you feel as though the universe itself is a cold, indifferent, or even actively malevolent place. Rebuilding trust, not just in other people, which is a monumental task in itself, but in life itself, or in a higher power if that resonates with you, is a delicate, deeply personal, and often slow process. It might involve courageously re-examining old beliefs that no longer serve you, letting go of spiritual concepts that now feel hollow or painful, and very slowly, very tentatively, opening yourself up once more to the possibility of benevolence, beauty, and inherent goodness still existing in the world, despite the darkness you have witnessed and experienced. It's about bravely finding a way to believe in something positive and life-affirming again, even if that belief is hard-won and feels fragile at first. This renewed faith, in whatever form it takes for you, can become a powerful and unwavering anchor in your life. Many survivors of profound trauma, including the unique horrors of gangstalking, report finding significant comfort, a sense of energetic rebalancing, and deep relaxation from complementary practices like Reiki or chakra work. While the rigorous scientific evidence for some of these energy healing modalities may still be in the process of being established, the personal, subjective experiences of those individuals who find genuine relief and benefit are entirely valid and deeply important. If these kinds of approaches resonate with you, if they help you feel more peaceful, more centered in your body, or more connected to your own innate life force and vitality, then they can certainly be a valuable and supportive part of your unique spiritual healing toolkit. The key, always, is to listen to your own inner wisdom and choose what genuinely supports your individual journey toward inner peace, wholeness, and well-being. It is absolutely crucial to remember that spiritual healing is a profoundly personal journey, and there is no one-size-fits-all path that works for everyone. What brings immense solace, meaning, and a sense of connection to one person might not resonate at all with another, and that is perfectly okay and to be expected. Your spiritual journey is uniquely yours to define and to walk. It might involve connecting with an organized religion, or you might find your sacred connection in the quiet majesty of nature, through the expressive power of art or music, in selfless service to others, or in moments of deep, quiet contemplation and introspection. The specific form that your spiritual practice takes is far less important than the heartfelt intention behind it, the sincere desire to seek and cultivate inner peace, to lovingly reconnect with your deepest, most authentic self, and to courageously rediscover a profound sense of meaning and purpose in your life. This sacred quest for spiritual wholeness is not merely an optional add-on to your recovery. It is an absolutely legitimate, essential, and vital part of your full-spectrum healing. Section 1. Rebuilding your foundation. The power of rest, fuel, and rhythm. Your journey to healing from the relentless trauma of gangstalking needs a strong foundation. Think of it like building a house. You need solid ground before you can put up the walls. For your recovery, that solid ground starts with how you care for your body every single day. Sleep is not a luxury. It is essential medicine, especially for a brain that has been under siege. The constant hypervigilance and anxiety from gangstalking can absolutely wreck your sleep patterns, leaving you exhausted but unable to find true rest. Prioritizing sleep, creating a peaceful sanctuary for rest, and establishing a calming pre-sleep routine are vital first steps. Your brain does its most important repair work while you sleep, processing experiences and consolidating learning, so give it the time it needs. Next, let's talk about fuel. Your brain and body, working so hard to heal from complex PTSD, need high-quality fuel to function optimally. That means paying close attention to your nutrition. When you've been through something as harrowing as gangstalking, it's easy to reach for quick-fix foods, often high in sugar or unhealthy fats, just to cope with the overwhelming stress. But these foods can actually make you feel worse in the long run, contributing to energy crashes, mood swings, and brain fog. Instead, focus on nourishing your system with whole, unprocessed foods. Think plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Good nutrition supports mental clarity, boosts your energy levels, and provides the building blocks your body needs to repair and rebuild after prolonged stress. The chaos and unpredictability deliberately created by gangstalking can leave you feeling completely unmoored, like a ship tossed in a violent storm. That is why re-establishing simple, consistent routines is such a powerful act of healing and self-reclamation. Routines provide a sense of predictability, a feeling of safety, and an anchor in your day. They tell your nervous system that despite the turmoil you've endured, there can still be order and stability in your world. Start small. Perhaps it's a consistent wake-up time, a quiet cup of tea at the same time each morning, or a gentle walk in the afternoon. These seemingly minor acts of regularity can make a huge difference in grounding you and reducing feelings of overwhelm and anxiety. These foundational elements, quality sleep, nourishing food, and predictable daily rhythms, work together, synergistically, to create a stable platform for your deeper healing work. Don't underestimate their profound importance. When your body is well rested and properly fueled, and when your days have a gentle, comforting structure, you will have so much more internal resource to face the emotional and psychological challenges of recovery. These are not just mundane daily tasks. they are conscious, empowering choices you make to support your well-being. Each healthy meal, each restful night, each consistent routine is a powerful statement that you are taking back control of your life, one healing moment at a time. Section 2. Curating your environment. Digital boundaries and nature's embrace. In a world where we are constantly connected, and especially when you've survived surveillance-related trauma like gangstalking, creating digital boundaries is not just helpful, it's absolutely essential for your peace of mind. The constant barrage of information, notifications, and the pervasive nature of online interactions can be incredibly triggering, and can keep your nervous system stuck on high alert. You have the right to reclaim your mental space. This means making conscious decisions about when and how you engage with technology. Consider setting specific times to check emails or social media, rather than being available 24/7. Taking regular breaks from your screens, especially before bedtime, can significantly improve your sleep and reduce overall anxiety levels. This is about protecting your precious inner calm. Beyond just limiting screen time, it's crucial to be mindful of the content you consume. The news cycle can be relentless, often filled with stories of violence, conflict, and negativity. Social media, too, can be a minefield of comparisons, misinformation, and overwhelming stimuli. For someone recovering from the trauma of gangstalking, exposure to such content can easily re-trigger feelings of fear, helplessness, and despair. You have the power to curate your media diet. Choose to unfollow accounts that cause you distress. Limit your exposure to news that feels overwhelming. Seek out content that is uplifting, inspiring, or calming. Protecting your mind from unnecessary negativity is a profound act of self-care and a vital part of creating a healing internal environment. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful and accessible healers available to us: nature. Spending time in the natural world has a profoundly calming and grounding effect on a nervous system that has been battered by stress and trauma. The sights, sounds, and smells of nature can soothe your senses, lower your blood pressure, and reduce stress hormone levels. You don't need to embark on epic wilderness adventures to reap these benefits. A simple walk in a local park, sitting under a tree, tending to a small garden, or even just noticing the sky and the clouds can make a significant difference. Nature reminds us of beauty, resilience, and the natural rhythms of life, offering a gentle antidote to the artificial and often hostile environment created by gangstalking. Imagine the powerful synergy of consciously stepping away from the digital world and intentionally stepping into the healing embrace of nature. When you reduce your screen time, you create more space in your life, space that can be beautifully filled by connecting with the natural environment. Leave your phone behind or put it on silent, and allow yourself to be fully present in nature. Feel the earth beneath your feet, listen to the birdsong, breathe in the fresh air. This combination of digital detox and nature therapy can be incredibly restorative, helping to reset your nervous system, clear your mind, and reconnect you with a sense of peace and belonging in the world. Igniting your inner spark, creative expression, and consistent self-nurturing. The pain, terror, and confusion wrought by gangstalking can often feel too immense, too overwhelming to put into words. This is where the incredible power of creative expression comes in. Engaging in creative activities, whether it's painting, drawing, writing in a journal, playing a musical instrument, singing, dancing, or crafting, provides a vital nonverbal outlet for emotions that are trapped deep within you. It's a way to give voice to the unspeakable, to process complex feelings, and to begin transforming your pain into something tangible, something you can look at, understand, and ultimately integrate. You don't need to be a professional artist. The healing power lies in the act of creation itself, not in the final product. Allow yourself to experiment and find what resonates with your soul. Remember, the goal of creative expression and healing is not to produce a masterpiece, but to connect with your inner world and allow your authentic self to emerge. Let go of any self-judgment or criticism. Give yourself permission to be messy, to be imperfect, to simply play. This is your sacred space to explore your feelings without any external pressure. Maybe you find solace in writing poetry that captures the rawness of your experience, or perhaps you find release in splashing vibrant colors onto a canvas. Even something as simple as creating a playlist of songs that resonate with your journey can be a powerful form of creative self-expression. Reclaiming activities that bring you even a flicker of joy or a sense of flow is a crucial part of nurturing your spirit and reminding yourself that there is still beauty and light within you and in the world. Beyond these more active forms of expression, it's essential to weave consistent daily rituals of self-nurturing into the fabric of your life. These are small, conscious acts that affirm your self-worth and provide comfort and soothing to your soul. This could be anything from taking a warm, relaxing bath with Epsom salts, practicing a few minutes of gentle stretching each morning, savoring a special cup of herbal tea in a quiet moment, or reading a book that uplifts and inspires you. The key is consistency. These small acts, repeated daily, send a powerful message to your nervous system that you are safe, you are cared for, and you are deserving of kindness, especially from yourself. After the dehumanizing experience of gangstalking, these gentle rituals help to restore your sense of dignity and self-compassion. Ultimately, embracing these lifestyle practices and daily habits is an active, empowering part of your healing journey. It's about recognizing that you are not merely a passive recipient of trauma, you are an active agent in your own recovery. Every healthy choice you make, every boundary you set, every moment you dedicate to self-care, creative expression, or connecting with nature, is a courageous step towards reclaiming your life from the shadows of PTSD. Healing is not a one-time event, it is a cumulative process, built upon these small, consistent acts of self-love and resilience. These daily practices are not chores, they are powerful tools that help you to rebuild your life piece by piece, and to cultivate a future filled with greater peace, strength, and genuine well-being. Breaking the chains of isolation, the healing power of connection. Gangstalking is a cruel and deliberate attempt to utterly destroy your trust in other human beings. It is meticulously designed to make you feel completely, terrifyingly alone in this world. The perpetrators want you to believe that there is no one you can turn to, no one who will ever understand or believe your horrific experience. This profound sense of isolation is one of the deepest wounds that gangstalking inflicts upon its targets. So, the very thought of reaching out, of trying to connect with others again can feel almost impossible. It takes immense courage. But I want you to hear this loud and clear. You were never meant to carry this crushing burden by yourself. True healing, lasting healing, truly blossoms when you find the bravery to break those chains of isolation. Trauma support groups can be an absolute lifeline for survivors of gangstalking. Imagine walking into a room, virtual or physical, filled with people who truly get it. They understand the terror, the confusion, the disbelief, because they have walked a similar, painful path. You don't have to spend precious energy trying to convince them that what you endured was real. They already know. There is an incredible, almost magical power in that shared understanding. Hearing others voice experiences so similar to your own can be profoundly validating. It shatters the lie that you are the only one this has happened to. In these safe spaces you finally realize you are not alone, and that realization is a powerful first step toward healing. The digital world, while it has its pitfalls, can also offer valuable avenues for connection, especially for an experience as isolating and often dismissed as gangstalking. Online forums and support communities dedicated to survivors can be incredibly accessible, providing a space to share your story and connect with others from the safety of your own home. Here, you can find validation and a sense of belonging with people who understand the unique nuances of this type of insidious harassment. However, it is absolutely crucial that you navigate these online spaces with caution and discernment. Not all forums are moderated well, and some can inadvertently become echo chambers for fear or misinformation. Seek out communities that promote healing, positivity, and genuine support, and always protect your emotional well-being first. Let me say this again because it is so fundamentally important. No one, absolutely no one, heals from deep trauma in complete isolation. As human beings, we are wired for connection. That need for belonging, for understanding, for supportive relationships is as essential to our well-being as air or water. The architects of gangstalking try to sever those vital connections, to convince you that you are an island of pain. But by taking those first, tentative steps towards finding a supportive community, whether it's a formal group or a trusted online space, you begin to powerfully push back against that narrative. Each small act of reaching out, each moment of shared understanding, helps to gently chip away at the thick walls that trauma has built around your heart. You start to believe that safe connection is possible again. Building bridges of trust, finding your safe havens and voice. After an experience like gangstalking, where your personal boundaries were systematically and horrifically violated, learning to establish and fiercely protect new healthy boundaries is not just important. It is an absolutely essential act of healing. Think of boundaries as your personal declaration of self-worth and safety. They define what is acceptable and what is unacceptable in your interactions with others and with the world around you. Learning to say no without guilt, to protect your precious time and energy, and to clearly define your personal space is profoundly empowering. This isn't about being difficult or unkind. It is about reclaiming your inherent right to feel safe and respected, reclaiming your personal sovereignty after it was so cruelly trampled upon. When you consistently set and maintain healthy boundaries, something remarkable begins to happen. Your self-respect starts to flourish. You are sending a powerful message both to yourself and to others that you value your well-being and that you will not tolerate mistreatment or disrespect. This process also teaches other people how to treat you. Clear boundaries provide a roadmap for healthy interactions. For many survivors of prolonged trauma like gangstalking, the ability to set firm boundaries may have been eroded, or perhaps it was a skill that was never fully allowed to develop. Rebuilding this skill is a cornerstone of creating true, lasting safety in your life, allowing you to engage with the world on your own terms, feeling secure and in control. As you progress on your healing journey, you might discover a powerful desire to transform your own painful experiences into a source of strength and support for others. Engaging in advocacy work or becoming a peer mentor for fellow survivors of gangstalking can be an incredibly healing and empowering path. When you feel ready and always in a way that feels safe and right for you, sharing parts of your story can offer profound validation and hope to someone who is still lost in the darkest depths of their trauma. Your lived experience, your resilience, your journey of reclaiming your life, these are invaluable gifts. Turning your pain into a purpose that uplifts and supports others can bring a deep sense of meaning and connection, reinforcing your own healing in powerful ways. The ultimate goal of seeking support systems and community is to slowly, gently rebuild your trust, not just in specific individuals, but in the possibility that the world is not an entirely hostile and predatory place. Finding the right community is key. This is about quality, not quantity. You are looking for those precious pockets of genuine safety, deep understanding, and unwavering compassion. These safe havens, these trusted connections become the fertile ground where your faith in humanity can begin to tentatively resprout. Each positive interaction, each moment of feeling truly seen and supported by people who genuinely care, helps to counteract the poison of gangstalking. It's a slow process, building bridge by bridge, but it can restore your belief that goodness, kindness, and supportive community are indeed possible. Embracing your dawn, the unfolding journey to lasting peace. The path to healing from the profound trauma of gangstalking and the insidious grip of complex PTSD is, undoubtedly, a challenging one. Let's be absolutely clear. This is not a simple fix, nor is it a journey with a clearly marked straight road. Your healing will be uniquely yours. It will have its own rhythm, its own pace, its own unique twists and turns. There will be days when you feel a surge of progress, and other days when the shadows of the past feel heavy. This is the nature of deep healing. It is layered, it is slow, and it demands incredible patience with yourself. You have already shown unimaginable courage just by surviving. That same courage will fuel your recovery step by painstaking step, but I want you to hold on to this truth with all your might. Healing is absolutely possible. You can rebuild your life from the ashes of this horrific experience. You can reclaim your personal narrative, transforming it from a story of victimization into a testament of incredible strength and resilience. Peace is not just a distant dream, it is a destination you can reach. This journey is about so much more than just getting through each day. It's about learning to truly live again, to rediscover joy, to forge meaningful connections, and to find a renewed sense of purpose. The darkness you endured does not have to define your future. You deserve to feel the sun on your face again. The key to navigating this complex journey lies in embracing a full-spectrum approach to your recovery. As we've explored, this means tending to every part of your being, your mind, your body, your spirit. It involves courageously engaging with trauma-informed psychological therapies to rewire those pathways of pain, It means gently releasing the stored trauma from your body through dedicated somatic practices. It calls for reconnecting with your spiritual essence, whatever that may mean for you, to rediscover meaning and hope. And it is powerfully supported by nurturing lifestyle choices, consistent daily routines, and the unwavering embrace of a safe, understanding community. Each element is a vital thread in the tapestry of your healing, so please remember, this journey, while intensely personal, is not one you have to walk in complete isolation. Reach out, seek the support you so richly deserve. Understand that healing from PTSD after gangstalking is not a linear progression, but a testament to your profound resilience. The road may be long, and it will undoubtedly require unwavering commitment, but every single step forward, no matter how small it may seem, is a monumental victory. You are reclaiming your life, your spirit, your inherent right to peace and happiness. This difficult path is not easy, I know that, but it is absolutely unequivocally possible. Your future is waiting for you, and it can be filled with light.